Comedy Radio Show also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. So call Two Eagles Auto Body and ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527.
How do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony and Sallie on the Knockem Dead radio show. They're going to keep knocking them dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie.
The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show is brought to you by the Roslyn Social, North Shore's premier rooftop lounge, located in the heart of Roslyn Village at 1363 Old Northern Boulevard. Give them a call, 516-801-4963, and say hi to Nick. Fantastic food, great atmosphere, just a great time all around. The Knockem Dead.
Hey, Tony, you're not funny, and you probably shit yourself a lot, and you're no fun to be with, and you don't make that much money, and you're not going anywhere in show business, and I hope you get hit by a bus, and...
Okay. Okay, we'll just do that for now.
What will you experience at a Knockem Dead Comedy murder mystery show? Suspense, excitement, love, more love, violence. Well, not really. And, of course, some music. Knockem Dead Comedy is the #1 murder mystery troupe, entertaining thousands of people for over 20 years.
You have a great night or what? Good.
Their hilarious murder mystery shows are full of audience interaction from beginning to end that will keep you laughing all night long. Their shows are not to be missed. Knockem Dead Comedy's murder mystery themes include a mob show, a redneck wedding, a high school reunion, a family reunion with a luau theme, or your own custom show.
Johnny, you have a good time tonight or what?
Had an awesome time.
All right. She had a great time. KDC, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, all right.
Fundraisers, private parties, corporate events, restaurants, and more. Contact Knockem Dead Comedy for your event today.
This is Ruth Buzzy, and I'd like you to know how much I love the Knockem Dead radio show coming to you live on govsradio.com. Oh, you make me laugh. You really do. Oh, please.
3-2 to Mookie Wilson. Little roller up along first, behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
Hello, Tony. Mookie Wilson here, 1986 Mets. How you doing? Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, at Knockem Dead Comedy Radio, man. I miss you. I wish I was still up there, man. But I'll wait till it warm up a little bit, and hopefully this year things will be a little bit better, man. But when we're talking about comedy, hey, the early years of Mets was a lot to laugh about. You had to make a lot of comedy off those guys. Hey, hope to see you guys during the summer, and hopefully get back on the show, man, at some point in time during the course of the year, all right? All right? Yeah, fine. Contact me, man. All right, Tony. Talk to you later.
It's Monday morning, October 18th. Sweater weather, sweater, stuff like that.
I feel like we're getting ready to, like, I feel this is one of those, help you go to sleep recordings. Hello, everyone.
Oh, do I have is it my sexy voice?
Close your eyes. Oh, I wasn't trying to be sexy.
Oh, you going to sleep?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh.
This sounds like one of those go to sleep recordings.
Well,
Was I coming across sexy?
Kind of.
Really, yeah?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Deep. Slide down on your seat.
Okay, stop it. Hey, everyone.
What's going on there?
I don't know.
We
Did
are
it
on,
freeze
right?
already?
Well, it froze up there on that screen, but
Yeah, we're just mirroring something from our phone to the TV up there that we can see. So,
all right, hang on. According to that thing, we're not on.
Really?
Yeah, we don't do anything yet.
All right.
Hang on. No, okay, no, all right, so it was just this thing was messed up. Yeah, we're on. Okay, sorry about that. Hello, Kirsten. Hello, DJ. And I don't think, are those all the comments? I thought there were more comments. Okay, I don't know what's going on, but we're all messed up. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show. Coming at you from Gov's Radio. Soon to be called Gov's Podcast. That's right. We're changing our name to Gov's Podcast. Because that's what we are. We're podcasts. Hope everybody's well. We're coming at you live from the legendary Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown, where this is the very place where you can see, what's today, the 18th, you said?
It is, October 18th.
This Wednesday night, you can see an autism benefit. I said that weird. An autism benefit. It's autism benefit. Autism. I don't know why I'm speaking that way. There's an autism benefit this Wednesday night here at Governor's. Carrie Karavis, Matt Burke, Eric Haft, Amy Miller, some great comedians. Friday night, Vic DiBattista is here at Governor's in Levittown. Saturday night, is it? No, Friday night. Mike Keegan and Friends, which includes our very own Jeff Bosey, Carla Okeson, Tim Saliani, Rich Rada. That'll be a good show.
That's fun.
And Mike Vecchione is here this weekend. That's at Governor's in Levittown. Nick Coletti is at the Brokerage this weekend. And Mike Feeney is at McGuire's this weekend. So lots of great stuff going on at Governor's. Go to Go to govs.com to see the schedule and make your reservations. Go to knockemdeadcomedy.com. We have some great shows. We got a show this coming Saturday in Stony Brook, Long Island, but it's a private show. You can't come. But you can come see us October 30th in Mastic. Or...
That's going to be a great show.
That's going to be a great show.
Yeah.
Why? Well, of course it is, but why do you say that?
I love those shows with, that's Linda's group, right?
Linda Bartolomeo, who
They're
is
just a fun group.
One of our cast members. Yeah, she's a member of the Mastic Association of Property Owners. Mastic Property Owners Association.
I think
something
it's
like
probably the third year I remember doing.
I think it's more than that.
Well, it's probably a lot more for you.
I think it's more than that, yeah. Yeah, we've been working with them for a long time. And Linda, I've been doing Murder Mysteries with Linda since 1996 or 7. I forget.
Yeah, if you live in Suffolk County and you want to see a show, go to that one.
Or if you live in Nassau County, you want to see a show, go to that one.
Yeah, how far is it if you're in Nassau County? This depends, but
45 minutes to an hour. Big deal.
Is
Big
it
deal.
that far?
Yeah.
45 minutes to an hour to Mastic? Wow.
Yeah, depending on traffic. But if you live in Nassau, you can come see us on November 5th. We are performing with the Sapphire Yacht Charters out of Freeport, Long Island. That's South Shore, Nassau County. Taking a little dinner cruise out to the ocean.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a lot of fun. We'll be performing on the cruise. We hope that's going to be the first of many. So go to knockemdeadcomedy.com for all the info, everything you need right there. Right there. All right. Lots to cover today.
Yeah, you must have a lot. So I'm just going to...
Crazy weekend.
I'm just going to help when I can because I'm sure you just have a million things. And I have stuff if you're short, but I just can't imagine you're going to be short today because so much happened.
Well, I'll get the sad news out of the way first.
Uh-oh.
Colin Powell passed away.
Really?
Oh, you didn't know?
No.
Oh, yeah. Died from COVID.
No.
Yes. Yeah.
No. Didn't he get a shot?
I don't know. I don't know.
That's so weird.
Yep. Colin Powell, first African-American Secretary of State, highest-ranking African-American in the history of the federal executive branch prior to Barack Obama becoming president. So thanks, Obama.
Thanks a lot, Obama.
Yeah. Professional soldier for 35 years.
Yeah, there was a time because, like politically, I'm more that side. But there was a time I remember thinking, you know what? If he runs for president, I would vote for him.
Yeah, he was one of those guys where it didn't matter.
I'm not like diehard one, some people like
Yeah.
diehard, doesn't matter who's walking in there. I just tend to, lean that way. But I would have actually
I leaned that way when I don't have my leg on.
walked over to the other side for him. I just thought he was great.
He was one of those
That's
guys
sad.
where
I'm sad he died.
it didn't matter if you were, it didn't matter which side of the fence you were on. You kind of liked him no matter what.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's a soldier for 35 years, he deserves respect of everybody.
Yeah, and he had a good way about him. I thought he'd, pretty, good head on his shoulders. Everything that he worked for, I thought was great.
I think he was 84, I believe.
Really? COVID?
Yeah.
That just makes me mad.
Yeah, COVID. Yeah. So yeah, that's
Was he in the hospital on like a ventilator or anything? I should look at it. I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Yeah, I do believe he was.
Was like in the hospital on a vent for a long time?
I do believe he was in the hospital. Yeah, not positive of that, but I believe he was.
Yeah. Well, ask out there. Did he get vaccinated? Anyone know?
Yeah. And you guys know?
Yeah, that's bad. Oh well, too bad. Nice man.
Joan Asher's watching. Good morning, Joan. I think I said here hi to Kirsten already. Andy Plajanos is watching, of course. Hello, Andy. DJ D Love wants to call in.
Yeah, just give us like a time to like get through with a couple of things over the weekend. DJ D Love, and then we'll take your call.
Elizabeth is watching. Hello, Liz.
Hey, Liz.
That's going to slide off.
Yeah.
So Jeff Bosey said good morning. So speaking of Jeff Bosey, the big night, the night we've all been waiting for, finally came. Kirsten says Colin was vaccinated.
And he got it anyway and died.
There you go. Yeah.
Very sad.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, that's sad.
I mean, but I don't know if he had underlying conditions. The man was 84 years old. He was up there.
I just hate when anyone dies.
Well,
I have abandonment issues.
from all your time spent with Colin Powell?
All my time spent at funeral parlors.
What?
All my time spent at funeral parlors. It's just sad. It's sad,
The big night this weekend, Jeff Bosey performing with Knockem Dead Comedy this Saturday night. He was fantastic. He was hilarious. Definitely
He was. First time out.
Definitely would not know it was his first time out. He rocked it. It was a fun night, a fun show. Rich Walker's wife was there. Not Rich Walker, but his wife.
Okay. Where was Rich Walker? Is he working that night?
Probably working. It was also Steve Rocco Perillo's birthday this weekend, so I don't know, maybe he was there. I don't know.
No way Rich Walker would choose Perillo over Jeff Bosey. Had to be something else.
Unless he was getting paid to perform at the party. Liz Batapede, she will be at Governor's in Levittown this Friday. You're coming to see Vic? Very nice, Elizabeth.
Yeah, she follows him and Eric. Is Eric performing with him?
He usually does. When Vic is here, Eric Tartaglione comes in too. We should try and maybe we can get Eric here on Friday. Although I don't know if he'll drive out here twice in one day.
Yeah, he lives pretty far out there.
Maybe
too.
we can get him here on Thursday.
Eric has the longest driveway I've ever seen in my whole life. Have you ever been to their house?
Longest what?
Longest driveway,
Oh, driveway.
baby. Yep.
You like to get driven.
Like to drive my car
like to go
down his driveway.
For a ride with his long driveway. No, I've never been there. Oh, Rich Walker was working at the Gateway Playhouse. He's been working there. They have the haunted Halloween stuff.
Oh, so he had to.
Rich has been working there.
Because Rich Walker's love for Bosie goes deep. So much so that he sent in a spare. He sent his wife in to go see him.
You called his wife a spare?
Oh, a spare seat. Like
You
there's
sexist.
no way. No, there's no way I could see the show. But I love Jeff Bosie so much, I'm making my wife go to see him. So that was cool of him. That shows a lot of love.
It does.
It does.
Kirsten is also coming to see Vic on Friday.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
You guys should sit together.
Why don't we come meet them and the four of us can get naked together?
You're going to play basketball with your daughter.
I can get her after. Or I'll just leave her there. If the four of us are getting naked, my daughter can wait.
Everyone, I'm so sorry. There's nothing I can do about this. It's just embedded in his brain.
Elizabeth just comments, I'd like to take the long ride.
On Eric?
Well,
Not you, Eric.
I'm just saying she needs a long ride, so she'll settle for me. Joe Beansy says, welcome back, Sallie.
Oh, thanks, Joe.
Bosie just had it. What? Bosie just had to review his surveillance tapes.
What does that mean?
Bosie just had to review his surveillance tapes.
Who wrote it?
Oh, Andy Plajanos wrote that. He's saying he knows that. He's saying Jeff knows that Rich was there because Jeff was, was surveilling him, stalking him.
Jeff did so well. Here's the way you could tell that a new actor does really well. If you look out and you see the show, and at the end of the show, if you're being really objective, if you can't tell who was the newbie, that's a really great first show.
Oh yeah, you never would have
There's
known.
no
it was his
way anyone would know that was the first time Jeff Bosie did what he did.
He was fantastic. The downside to this.
There's no downside.
There is a downside.
There's no downside.
Jeff Bosie has requested, and I'm dead serious about this.
What?
He has requested that we do not post any pictures.
Oh.
He said if anybody wants to come see him in our shows, they have to come see it. They can't go by a picture.
Go the hard way.
Right. So the good news from that is that it means that Bosie will do more with us.
Oh, that'd be good.
Which I'm very excited about because he was that good. And yes, I would love.
I think at one point another man rode him.
No, you're thinking of. You're still thinking of yourself at Taglioni's house. You can't get that out of your mind. Elizabeth says, I will be at the 9:30 show. I may go early to see Mike Keegan on the patio.
Wow, it's going to be quite... Well, yeah. I mean, if Liz is driving all the way from Mastic, which you just pointed out is 45 minutes.
Well, she's in Mauritius.
Isn't that close?
Yeah, it's like one town over.
I think everything past, Amityville is, the same distance.
Amityville.
Which is, 5 minutes from my house.
I think other than Jeff Bosie, Liz Batapede is the most supportive person of Long Island comedy.
Oh, yeah. And she's funny.
Yeah.
She's got a really good sense of humor.
Oh, so that's a fun night. She comes to see Keegan and those guys on the patio, goes to see Vic, then gets naked with you, me, and Kirsten.
Stop it.
That's a good night,
I'm so sorry. There's nothing that could be done.
I think Elizabeth is into this.
If I pull 5 testicles from you every time you bring it up, you'd still bring it up.
Oh, Kirsten's saying she's going to the patio show. She's not going to see Vic, but she's going to the patio show.
She's going... Who is?
Kirsten.
Oh, okay.
Wow, you were about to jump all over that.
Well, I'd be surprised if Liz didn't go see Vic because she usually does.
Oh, yeah.
It would be shocking.
All right, so Kirsten and Liz going to the patio. Kirsten, then come in to see Vic so you don't, that way you can stick around for the nakedness after. So, all right, so we got a plan. We're set.
Yeah.
Me, you. Right, so after basketball, I have to drop my daughter off. I'll pick you up, and we'll get back here.
I'm going to text your mom.
She's probably listening already.
Dear Mama Walker, please do something. Help in any way you can.
How could you give birth to
Love women all over the world.
Oh, see that? Yeah, Elizabeth says no.
What?
She says no to my idea.
Thank you, Liz.
What if it was just Sallie?
Oh, my God. Stop it and move on. You told me you have a whole thing. I'm making DJ wait, and all
he
you're
doesn't
doing
have to
is...
wait. Beansy's telling him to stop. But DJ, I think he sent me a message, I think it was, saying he has big news. I don't know what the news is, but he says he has big news. But So congratulations and thank you to Jeff Bose. He did a fantastic job. He was hilarious. We had a great show. Thank you to the Bayshore Brentwood Ambulette, which is basically the firehouse. We had a great time. Elizabeth says yes to just you. What'd you just get a...
I got a text from Mama Walker.
Oh, my God.
She told me, she goes, he's your problem now.
So, yeah, again, thank you, Jeff Bose. You were fantastic. The whole cast did a great job. It was a fun show. Excuse me.
He did, he was
Lots
great.
of ad-libbing and working the crowd. Yeah, he was...
Yeah, and, it takes a really long time to, learn all the 1,000 lines. And, when he got a little thrown, he ad-libbed rather than have that deer in the headlight look. He did really well, and he really kind of pulled off the slutty girl. Not a lot of people can be as slutty of a girl as Jeff was. No, seriously.
Well, you mentioned, working with the crowd and stuff. Yeah, we talked afterwards. He did acknowledge that he realized that he missed some lines here and there.
But, that happens, especially in the beginning. If you don't know cold going into a big crowd.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, nobody would have known it,
Right.
Because he covered perfectly. He just worked the crowd. He just, with great ad-libs and good responses, he nailed it. He totally nailed it. He says he thanks us for having him. Yeah, Jeff, looking forward to doing a lot more if as long as you'll stick around, because I thought it was really great.
Yeah,
so,
he's a pretty good actor, I gotta say.
Well, that's what I love. That's why I always try to bring in comedians, because they have the comic timing ready. Most of them know how to work a crowd.
Yeah.
Some of them aren't that very experienced with lines, like acting in an actual show. But, that's what I was telling Jeff. This is no different than learning your set.
Right.
And to me, I would think, I don't know, maybe at first I was going to say it's easier because all you got to do is you just need to know a few sentences here and there. But maybe it's harder because you have to know exactly where we are in the script. You have to, know when your cue is. I don't know.
And people interact with you like you're just about to do a line and someone will say something to you from the audience.
Right. Yeah, he nailed it. He handled it very well. So yeah, that's why I like bringing in comedians, because they, they know how to work a crowd like that in the setting that we, in the setting that we have in our shows. And speaking of which, on October 30th, we also Knockem Dead Comedy also has a private game show booked, but we're doing a murder mystery in Massac, as we mentioned a few minutes ago. So. We have Mike Keegan hosting the game show for us.
Oh, that's great.
I think he's going to be fantastic. I wish I could be there to see it, because I think he's going to nail it.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, because our game shows are not your typical game shows. It's a trivia contest. We have a podium with buzzers and the digital scoreboard, but we joke around a lot. We make fun of people if their answers are really weird or dumb. We have a lot of fun. We do a lot of joking around. It really is a great time.
Yeah, like when you're a new person hosting the game show. And because there's stacks of questions, right? And if you're new, you go through a stack like this, because all you do is the game show. You're not rushing people, but you're just reading it. But when you and Eric do it, you'll go through maybe that many questions, because you're just making people laugh and you're going off cuff and you're doing so many different things. So it's difficult.
Yeah, so that's it's not difficult. I don't know. To me, it's not difficult.
Well,
it's just fun.
It's just naturally what you do, so it seems really easy to you.
Yeah, Jeff says there were a lot of people trying to get pictures with him during the show. I did actually, because when Jeff texted me this morning, he said, don't post any pictures. I said, well, I didn't. I didn't know why he brought that up. And then he said, I don't want people to see it. Let them come see the show. So I said, all right, well, I don't think anybody posted anything. I didn't see anything. But I did end up finding one, Jeff. I did find one. I'm not going to tell you where it is. It's not any of our friends that posted it or anything like that. So I'm going to try and get it removed.
Okay.
But, and I saved it, so I have it for my own personal collection. I'm going to put it on the wall. Yeah, but I'm going to keep an eye out and make sure that pictures don't circulate. I'll do my best. No guarantee, but I'll do my best to keep them off. The other All right, so another exciting news today, this weekend. The Sill World, another edition is coming to the Sill World. Excuse me. Don Sill announcing he's going to be a grandpa for the second time, or as he calls it, Pappy. He already has one cute little girl who calls him Pappy. I don't know why. I don't know. What's that from? Is there something like a movie or something where they say Pappy that way? I just hear the word Pappy, and I just feel that's the way that it has to be said.
Really?
Pappy! I have no idea.
What was the word you said at the wrong annotation earlier? I can't even remember anymore.
Autism.
It's like, remember Chandler Bing used to like highlight the different syllable of the word?
Right. Elizabeth, the game show is a private party. I can find out. Maybe they'll let you come. But it's in East Rockaway. I know that much. East Rockaway is almost like Queens border, South Shore of Nassau County, Long Island.
It'd be like 2.5 hours for her.
Yeah, right. That Don Sill needs to keep it in his pants. No, he's going to be a grandfather. He didn't do anything. He already did it 5 times. That's too much. 5 kids, that's a lot. And now he's going to have grandparents. Now he's going to have grandkids. And there's DJ D-Love. Don Sill is still a big loser. Well, congratulations to that loser. Another addition to the Sill world. There you go. Don't forget October 26th, the Lark in Northport, Long Island. You can see Tom Galati and this guy right here performing some stand-up. And I have no idea who else is in the show.
That's great, though.
All I know is that Tom asked me to do it. I said yes. I don't know anything more about the show.
Nice.
You know, I should check his Facebook. But yeah, the Lark in Northport, I'll be there. Looking forward to that. I haven't done any stand-up. When was that when I did it with Joey? July?
I want to say August, but...
It might have been.
Maybe.
Might have been August.
Yeah.
So it's been a couple of months.
When you're like driving around in the car, do you like go through it in your head or no?
A little bit here and there, but now that I have a show,
Yeah.
like I need to really concentrate on it.
You like to be prepared.
Yeah. And I'm only getting 5 minutes, so I got to do some editing in my head.
Trimming.
And today...
5 minutes, wow.
Well, that's bad?
Short.
Well, probably means there's like 800 comics performing. That's probably what that means.
And
it's
going to take you like 3 minutes to get up on the stage and back off.
Is that a one-legged joke?
Yeah, a little bit.
Dick. Very happy birthday today. Do you know whose birthday it is?
No.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't have any birthday announcements today.
What, on Facebook?
Yeah.
Are you sure about that?
So far, yeah. Mine just pops up in the middle of the day sometime.
Well, why don't you check your notifications? Because it's one of your favorites and one of mine, too.
Today?
Today.
Let's see, what are we in? Libra. Who's a Libra?
Well, there's one guy who has a birthday today. Happy birthday to the one and only Will Sharon.
Oh, yeah. No, I didn't get that.
How can you not get that?
I don't know. My notifications come up, yeah, I didn't get any.
Well, yeah, but don't you... Can't...
Oh, yep. Yep, 3 hours ago, I was told Will Sharon celebrating his birthday. I'm a loser. What was I doing 3 hours ago? 10:30, 9:30, 8:30?
I have a guess. No? Oh. Happy birthday, Will Sharon. One of the greatest guys that we've met from being in this place.
Across the board. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have zero complaints about
Absolutely right.
about Will Sharon.
One of the
in
nicest
every way.
guys. Funny guy. Just one of the best guys around here.
Yeah, the more you know him, the more you want to see him and talk to him. Like there's no annoyance quality about him.
But we don't see him much around here anymore, which makes me very sad.
He's busy.
Well, I understand that, but I'm sad about it because I'd like to see the guy.
Yeah.
Speaking of guys we haven't seen in a while, next week? Yeah, next week, Adam Snare will be in the studio with us. When? Next Thursday?
Yeah. No. Yes.
That's what, the 28th, I believe?
Yep.
And then the 29th, Neil Rubenstein will be in here with us.
Oh, that's cool.
Two guys we haven't seen in a while. So, yeah, next Thursday, next Friday. And, of course, Andy. I'm assuming Andy is here, too, next Friday. So that'll be a lot of fun with Andy and Neil.
Yeah.
That'll be great.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Joan Asher said she didn't get that either. You're talking about your notification that it's Will's birthday? And then Elizabeth says she would like to meet Kirsten on Friday. Very nice. So lots of exciting stuff going on.
They'll both like each other.
Yeah, they will. All right. Now I have a complaint.
Okay. Let's hear it.
I need to tell you about my Friday night.
I don't remember Friday.
Why not?
I don't know. What was Friday? What did we do? We did something big.
No, we didn't.
Nothing.
No, Friday
No?
night was a bad night for me. And my son. Now it'll click in. There you
poor
go.
Baby.
Oh, your phone, is it ringing? You need to get that?
Nope.
Who is it? Is it a scam? Answer it if it's a scam.
Quit bossing me around.
Who was it?
I don't know.
Oh.
It was just a place in Wanta. I don't know.
Should have answered it.
Nope.
All right, so Friday night, I take my daughter to her special needs basketball games on Friday night, right? So you were taking Kevin to go see his girlfriend. So you were out.
Was I? Oh, yeah.
So, and it's getting late. It was almost time for me to leave. And so I turned to my son. I said, I give him some money. I said, why don't you run to All American and get us some burgers?
So this is all your fault.
We'll
I
have
didn't
a
even
quick
know
dinner.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, maybe it was his idea. I forget. But we got to talking, and one of us said, let's get some All American. Because it was getting late. I didn't feel I would really have a lot of time for cooking. So, and we live close to All American, the best burgers in the whole wide world. There is no better burger anywhere. No better burger. I defy you to tell me there's a better burger someplace else. Anyway, so I give him money. I said, you go get it. So he leaves, and he takes Sam with him. Sure enough, about a few minutes later, I get a call from him. The suspension of the front of my car is gone. The car is now on top of the tires. The car won't move, and I don't know what to do. And I said, oh, you little son of a bitch, I'm going to knock you out.
No, you didn't.
I didn't say it. I said, hang tight. Here I come to save the day. And so I went there. He's right in the smack middle of the parking lot. Now, the parking lot to this place, you enter.
It's the worst parking
It's not
lot
the
ever.
worst
It is.
parking
And
lot.
I knew you were going to say it isn't the worst.
People are just idiots.
After day, it's proven that it's the worst parking lot.
No, it's just
in this
proved day
story,
after day that
at
people
the
are
end of the
idiots.
story, people are going to be like, Tony, get over it. It's the worst parking lot.
It's not.
It is.
It's not.
It is. I
It's
hate that parking
not.
lot. I will never let my kids drive in that parking lot, ever.
There's nothing wrong with it.
It's awful.
All right, so here we go. So, let me see if I can do this. So the parking lot,
You're good.
you have All American here.
Oh, okay.
This is All American. This is an ice cream place, Marshall's. They have the best ice cream in the world. So you enter, you enter from here, from the main road, and you go down, and there's spots on each side of the buildings, and then there's spots behind the buildings. So it's a T. Vroom, vroom, vroom. It's a T. It's very easy. But Zach, unfortunately, his car was stuck right here. No, screw that. Right here. His car was stuck right here. So there were cars, like they were kind of forced to kind of go around it.
And where's Merrick?
Merrick Road is where my hands is. The main Merrick Road is a main road. Oh, no, sorry. No, Merrick Road is down here. My apologies. Yeah, Merrick Road is down here, which is a main road. People come in this way, and they park behind the buildings. And Zach's kind of like right in the middle of it all. They had room. They had room, though. They were getting around them. It was a little weird, but they were making it. But this parking lot, to me, it's, again, very simple. It's just a T. It gets a little tricky because there are spots on both sides of the buildings. But there's room. There's room. You just got to go slow and pay attention. But most people don't do that. So it was a little tricky. They're going around him. We were, like, one lady that was walking past, she wasn't being a dick. She was just asking an honest question. She's like, don't you think you guys can move the car? And, I mean, the suspension was right on top of the tire. Like, there's no moving this freaking car. But I said to Zach, I said, let me get behind the wheel. Let me see. Because the car was running fine. This guy comes walking past just as I said that. Let me see if I can do anything. And I don't know if this guy was a motorhead or what, but he's like, oh, the suspension and this boot and that crack and this nerve and this artery. I mean, I don't know what he was saying, but he named all these terms. He's like, oh, you ain't moving that car. I'm like, okay. That guy looks smart, so I'm taking his word for it. So it's 6 o'clock. It's 6 o'clock, and I say to him, okay, call for a tow. There's nothing you can do here. Just call for a tow. I said, I got to go. I got to take your sister to her basketball. At this point, now I'm late because I went to go help him or at least check things out. But he's fine. He wasn't in any danger. He wasn't on a main road. He wasn't in the middle of nowhere. He wasn't in the South. he was safe. So, you just have to sit here and wait for your tow. I leave. I take Sam with me because I said, when you get the tow, you're going to need somebody to pick you up. So Sam comes back with me, and Sam said, yeah, I'll pick him up when he's ready. I grab my daughter. We go to basketball. We come back. We get back probably around 9. No, it was 9:30 because my mother needed, turns out my mother had her car registration. It expired the next day. So she was freaking out. I need my sticker changed for my registration. Just like that. And I said, you can wait. People drive all the time.
Sometimes I'll be like a month and I'm like, oh, yeah, I need to order that.
Right. She doesn't go anywhere on Saturdays because, she's old and decrepit. She really can't move. So she, she's not going anywhere on Saturday. Just relax. No, I need to move now. It went nothing. It went nothing like that.
I couldn't figure out actually why you went there. I know.
I was going to go before.
Because I was like, why are you getting Zach?
She lives literally right around the block from where the basketball is. So my plan was to go there first and knock that out. But we were running late, so I had to go straight to basketball. So after basketball, go to my mother's, take care of the sticker, punch her in the face, and then I go back home. We get back home. I drop Sammy off at 9:30. I go straight back to Zach because the tow truck had not come yet. What happened while I was gone, first off, there were some great people there at All American. Some people were going up to him, asking him if he's okay, if he needs anything. Some people were just keeping him company. He said there were these bikers, that showed up, to eat, and they just started talking to him because they felt bad for him. They saw what was going on. I mean, it's obvious. You see the car, then you can see that this car ain't moving. So these bikers were hanging out with him for a while.
Yeah,
and he said he actually had fun with these guys.
That's cool.
The tow truck shows up. Well, I take that back. The tow truck calls Zach and says, so where's the car? He gives him the address, and he tells him it's All American. He says, oh, All American's too crowded. That parking lot's too crowded. I can't tow the car out of there. And so I was like, well, how do you know? You're not even here. And the guy says, well, it's going to cost you $50 cash. So Zach says, well, we called AAA, for our tow, and they said, well, first off, AAA, of course, covers the tow, but if you're going, you only, depending on your membership, you can only go a certain amount of miles. Where we were towing the car to exceeded those miles. So AAA said, once we know how many miles it is, we'll charge you, and we can do it by credit card. So now this tow truck driver's on the phone with him saying, no, it's going to be $50 cash. And Zach's like, well, that doesn't make sense. A little while later, the guy shows up anyway, asks Zach for the cash. The bikers were like, why do you need $50 cash? Because that's what it is. They're like,
yeah, it's never happened to me before.
Right. And so Zach says, no, but AAA said, I can do credit card. And the guy says, well, you're going to have to call them back because we haven't done it. It's been only cash for 18 years. So one of the bikers says, well, you don't have credit card capability in your truck? You know, a lot of trucks. You know, I have credit card capability for my Knockem Did comedy shows on my phone, for crying out loud. So the biker's asking that. I said, you know, you don't have credit card capability? And the guy says to him, the tow truck driver says to him, oh, look at you. You know everything, don't you?
Oh, great.
So Zach says, well, I don't have cash on me.
Right. Who is $50?
The guy left. The tow truck driver leaves.
Yeah, I hope, well, I'm sure you're going to talk to AAA, so.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'll just keep my advice to myself because this guy's already going to get it.
So the guy leaves. So I find all this out when I get there. So I said, okay. I said, let me find somebody else. Oh, so we called AAA. I called AAA, and I told them what happened. I said, how can this happen? I said, I used to drive a truck for a living. I know that parking lot like the back of my hand because I eat at All American, you know, like every day. Not like once or twice a week. So I know this place well. I know trucks. I said, this guy had plenty of room. Yes, there are cars parked on each sides of those buildings. Those people may have had to wait 5 to 10 minutes. The truck would have been blocking some cars. Most cars probably couldn't get out while the tow truck is there. I'll give you that. I'm sorry. If
It's
you're
an emergency,
inconvenienced,
yeah.
right, for 5 to 10 minutes, go sit in your car and enjoy your delicious fat burger. The tow truck, it takes, you know, when you have a flatbed tow truck, you hook up the winch line, you pull the car, it takes literally like 10 minutes, tops, to get the car, boom, you're gone. So the lady on the phone says, well, the tow truck driver said, you know, he told me that, you know, that's the deal. He didn't have enough room. She goes, and unfortunately, I have nothing else to go by than that. She goes, and he already left, so I don't know what to tell you.
Did you tell him that he tried to scam Zach out of $50 cash?
And she said, well, maybe that particular company doesn't have credit card capabilities.
Well, why $50? Like he doesn't even know how far it is yet.
Well, I just said to her, all I said was, you know, how do you guys not know all this in advance?
Right.
You know, like you don't know when you're sending out Sally's tow service. Oh, Sally's tow service, they don't have credit card capability. Let me tell the customer on the phone. Because he didn't have that cash on him.
Right. A lot of people don't carry cash on them.
One of the bikers was actually nice enough to hand him $40 with his email address. Then Zach just used Venmo to pay the guy back. So now he had cash on him. Super nice of that guy to do.
Right.
But either way, this thing had scam written all over it.
Right.
So, and of course, AAA wasn't throwing me any bone. They just kept defending it. I said, all right, so now what? They said, call back when the place of business is closed so that there won't be cars there. I was like, this is ridiculous. I said, you know how many hours that's going to be? They closed that thing at 10. I said, so it'll be like what? 4.5 hours from when the car broke down.
And I didn't even know like all this was happening because I took, you know, I was with Kevin.
You were gone, yeah.
Yeah, so I come back home and it's like, and I actually, you know, look, because we're all on this like 360 thing. So I was like, oh, Zach's at All
The
American.
Life 360 app.
And then Sam's sitting on the couch with me, and I just happened to look again. I'm like, so I said to Sam, I was like, do you know where Zach is? And he's like, yeah, he's at All American. I'm like, no, he was All American a long time ago. Did he leave his phone there? And he goes, oh. And then he filled me in and all this. I'm like, can we just go get him? He's still there for hours. And he goes, no, we can't leave the car because the car isn't in a spot. It's in the middle of the parking lot. I'm like, oh, this poor kid. So then
Yeah, if he was in a spot, yeah, we could have taken him back, you know, when it first happened.
But I didn't even know any of this. And then so I just looked at Sam, and Sam goes, well, let me text him. I told him, I told him, absolutely text me whenever I can come get you. So I said, well, text him again. You know, maybe he's like, you know, bummed or something. So Sam texted him, and he didn't hear back from him. And then he called him, and Zach didn't answer. So then Sam just goes, you know what? I know he's there. I'm just going to get in my car and go keep him company.
Right.
Which I thought was cool of Sam.
Yeah, Zach, it was a beautiful night weather-wise.
Yeah.
Zach hung out with these bikers, and then Sam was nice enough to go by and hang out with them. Zach's girlfriend came over with a friend. So they were fine. It was a typical Friday night for them for a while. It still sucked that you couldn't move and, you know, and all that. But so we're mad about this tow truck driver, right? So I decide, all right, well, I'm going to find a tow truck on my own. And I even told AAA.
I'm going to get my own tow truck.
Yeah.
I have a commercial driver's license.
Yeah.
And I'm going to, actually, you probably could have just said, hey, guy, get out of the truck. And you could have, like, gotten in there in, like, no time.
Yeah. I've worked winch lines and
I've seen you
trucks.
Backup things that I would be like, I would only go forward in the truck.
Yeah, I've driven all sorts of vehicles. So, so I said, all right, well, let me. At this point, it's like 9:30. I said, maybe like 9:15. I said, I'm going to call my own tow truck. Somebody else. I'm going to get AAA to pay for it. So Zach says, well, by the time they get here, it's going to be another hour. He says, that's when the place is closed. He goes, let me call AAA and reschedule. Okay, fine, let's do that. So he calls and they say, okay, between 10:20 and 9:45, the tow truck will be there.
That doesn't make sense.
Before, what did I say? Before 10:20 and 10:25.
You said 10:20 and 9.
Between 10:20 and 10:45, the tow truck will be there.
Oh, okay, that's not bad.
So we're like, okay, good, another hour.
And you get burgers and shakes, depending on which way you want to go in that parking lot. So.
When I got back there, I did get a burger and fries because when we went there earlier and the car broke down, Zach was trying to figure out. So Sam went inside to get the meals, and he messed up my order.
Oh, man.
And for whatever reason, he refused to go back in. So,
Really?
Yeah. So I was going to kill him, but I didn't have time.
Did he put cheese on it or something?
No, we got an extra burger that had cheese and ketchup and all that crap on it.
Never let a vegetarian order your burgers.
He had it written down.
He can't do stuff like that.
We were short like 2 fries and we had an extra sandwich.
I'm surprised he just didn't bring you back an apple.
So I didn't have time to kill him, but since I had time when I got back, so then I went and got my dinner.
Okay, good.
So, and Sam was off the hook. So, so we're waiting for the tow truck, which is due to come between 10:20 and 10:45. At 10:55, we're still waiting. So I turned to Zach. I go, maybe you should call. He goes, no, they just gave me an estimate. We should wait a little bit longer. I said, okay. 11:15, I said, you better call.
Yeah.
So he calls and they said, well, we don't have an update. We don't know what's going on. So now I'm getting mad. So they tell him they have to get an update. They'll call him back. 11:35, they call him back and said the tow truck driver isn't coming. I grabbed the phone out of Zach's hands. I go, what do you mean he's not coming?
Yeah, and tell people why.
They said because of the size of the parking lot, he felt he wouldn't be able to get the job done. And, yeah, even though they were now closed and there's 3 cars in the whole lot, not including Zach's.
And
the tow truck driver was uncomfortable coming back because of the altercation. I said, what altercation?
With a child who was just sad.
She said the driver complained that there was an altercation. So I go...
He didn't want to be scammed?
Well, yeah, I turned...
questioned giving someone $50 for no reason?
I turned to Zach and I go, was it an altercation of any kind? Was there yelling? He says, no. He goes, this guy got pissed off when the biker said, you don't have credit card capability in the truck? He goes, that was the closest thing to an altercation. So I get back on the phone to the lady. I said, the problem was not an altercation. The problem is you're sending some clown out here who's trying to scam my son out of $50 and he's not getting it. That's the problem with this guy.
That's exactly the problem.
I said, what kind of person are you sending out here? I said, how do you guys not have updates? How do you guys then almost an hour later then tell us he's not coming?
You're paying for this AAA service and they're doing this to your kid.
I said, what are you people doing over there? They said, very sorry for the inconvenience. I go, you realize he's been here for 5.5 hours? So sorry. We're gonna try and locate another truck. That's the best we can do.
Are you?
I said, okay, fine.
It's not even raining out. Like
No.
It wasn't like an
Thank
awful
God it
night.
wasn't raining out. So we get off the phone. I then say, screw this. I'm going to find a truck. I call 2 local places. The first one, and I don't know, did you ask Sam about? I told you to ask Sam about it.
No.
The first call we make, I put this lady on speaker. At this point, Zach's girlfriend is gone.
Oh, you told
it's
me
just
this, yeah.
me. Yeah, but I asked you to verify what's Sam.
I'm not going to ask him this.
Oh,
And
so-
everyone will know why in 1 second. Why I'm not going to ask my son this.
You've had worse conversations with your son. It's just me, Zach, and Sam at this point. So I put this on speaker, and I get, it's the first company I called. They're in, I think it was in Massapequa, which is where we were. So the lady answers the phone. So you hear the answer, but then it takes 10 seconds. Finally you hear, hello. I'm like, yes, I'd like to call for a tow, please. Because I saw on Google it said they were open. I mean, I skipped a few that said closed, but it was because at this point it was like midnight, but I saw it was open. So I called and she's, hey, you want a tow? I'm like, yes, I'm calling for a tow. I'm, right here in Massapequa. I'm now looking at my phone like, do we get disconnected? Finally, she goes, okay. Yes, I need hold on. I need the address. I said, so I start reading the address, and I swear to God, she goes, okay. Like that. Zach is out. Sam walks away. It took almost 15 minutes to give her the address of where the car was and where the car was going to go. Because there were all these weird pauses, and she just kept talking like this. So I finally, I had my holding the phone, and I turned to him. I go, this lady's having sex. While she's talking to us right now, setting up a tow, she's having sex. On the phone, I'm holding the phone like this, and I'm just looking at the guys. Sam and Zach are, and Zach is dying. He's laughing his ass off. I think Sam was digging it, but
Sam's recording it so he could listen to it later.
He's trying to figure out where she is. So after 15 minutes of basically listening to this woman talk like this the whole time, she finally says, no, I can't get you a truck. I'm like, and I even said to her, I said, after all that? She says, no, I'm sorry, and I wish you the best. I'm like, okay. And I get off the phone. And the three of us just looking at each other. What the hell was that?
Yeah.
I call another company. They tell me, no, we don't have any trucks in that area. I'm like, what in the world is going on here? I call another one. Charlie's Towing out of Wantor. He says,
Sounds
yep.
solid.
He goes, yep. He goes, I'll have a guy there soon. I'll take care of it. He goes, text me on this number. Text me the information. Great. Text it. I wait 10 minutes. I get no response. I write, Charlie, you with me? He goes, guy was already dispatched. Great. Charles, did I say Charlie, right? I think that's what it's
Charlie.
called. Charlie's Towing out of Wantor. Thrilled that these guys came, but this guy was just the dispatcher. The truck wasn't in Wantor.
Oh.
So we had to wait a little while. It's 12:30 in the morning. It has now been 6.5 hours that my son has been sitting there. The tow truck shows up. The guy gets out, nice as pie. Looks at the car and he says, oh. He goes, with the suspension on top of the tires, and the passenger side tire was actually a little this way because of all the engine on top of it. He goes, I wish I knew what this was about. He goes, I don't know if we're going to be able to get that tire off. I said, I told Charlie when I called, assuming that's Charlie, but when I called, I told him I texted him what the problem was. He goes, that wasn't relayed to me. We get out the jack, and we all take turns trying to loosen the nuts. No dice. So this guy's like, I wish I knew. He says, I would have brought my power tools. I go, you don't carry the power tools on the truck?
Yeah, why wouldn't you bring them everywhere you go?
He goes, no. He goes, I don't have them. He goes, with your permission, he goes, I'll use the winch line and drag the car up on the bed. He goes, but that could damage stuff. I said, well, you're not getting my permission then. He goes, I'd have to go back for the tools. I go, the winch line, you can't, I said, what's the angle of the winch line? You can't lift the front end up and just use the back wheels.
Yeah.
He goes, it's not a magic winch line.
Oh, here we go.
So now I'm mad.
Yeah.
I go, what are my choices here? He goes, you drag it with the winch line. He goes, or I have to go back and get my tools. He goes, your call. And I was pissed about the magic winch line. I'm pissed that we're there all these hours. I go, you got to go back and get your tools. He goes, I'm in Westbury. I said again, so you got to go back and get your tools.
Yeah, because why are you going to...
Absolutely. it's one thing from being from Massapequa to Westbury. If you're in a car and you can take expressways and parkways and stuff, it's probably a 15, 20-minute drive tops. But when you're in a truck, your options are much less. Like in New York, we have all these crazy parkways and roads that trucks can't go on. And there's really no...
So half an hour there, half an hour back.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So he leaves, and we just can't believe this night. We can't believe all this craziness.
But really, if you think about it, not to be like the glimmer of hope in a really, really awful
what of
story. Glimmer of hope. But honestly, is there any place in the world you'd rather be stuck than All-American and Marshalls? Like, it's almost like a 8-year-old being stuck at Disney.
I went and got my dinner at 9:30 at night, right there at All-American, because Sam screwed it up. But it's a late dinner. So I wait until 10:15. I'm like, you know what? Screw this. I'm going to buy some ice cream for us.
Yeah, I'm sure you were...
Yeah, well, I walk over, and Marshall's closed at 10. And I did the whole puppy, how much is that doggy in the window bit. Because they're still working in there. They're still in there. I'm just...
They're very strict, as
Very
Sam,
strict.
who was hired and fired in no time, can tell you.
They didn't even look at me. They knew I was there, no doubt. They saw me. I mean, how do you miss this?
No room for anything different in
Should've looked the window.
Marshall Land. Yeah.
So I did not get the ice cream. So it was just a crazy night.
Yeah, that's bad. I feel
So-
bad now. Now I feel even
But when
worse.
this guy left...
I just figured you guys were sitting there eating ice cream
No.
all night long.
When this guy left, though, that was like the last straw for us. We were the three of us were like...
Just
Like,
sad.
it wasn't fun anymore. We weren't enjoying things. Like, yeah, we like the lady having sex while trying to dispatch a tow. Like, that was ridiculous. And this whole situation was nuts. But at least, like, we had good stories, you know. But now with this guy having to go back at 12:30 in the morning,
Another
plus the
hour.
fact that me and you and Zach had to get up the next morning for White Post.
Right.
And not just get up the next morning for White Post, but me and you had the murder mystery, you know, right after White Post, going straight from White Post to the murder mystery, performing, you know. So we had a, 16-hour
Full
day.
Yeah.
So at this point, I'm like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
This guy leaves. He comes back, gets the power tools, gets the tire off, but still was a big struggle because now that, the car is, leaning that way and you don't want to risk, all the metals
sure.
and the pads and stuff getting screwed up. So this guy busted his ass. And he was nicer when he got back, and I felt bad he was busting his ass. But he got the job done eventually. But it cost... Now, this is something I didn't know because you have AAA, you have whatever coverage you have. I couldn't tell you the last time I paid for a tow out of pocket. $300 to tow this thing from Massapequa to Hicksville. So that floored me. But luckily he told me that before he left to get his tools, because while he was gone, I just went to an ATM. But I gave him $100 because it's the middle of the night. He had mentioned at one point he wasn't even scheduled to work that night. He did. He busted his ass. He was driving. I'm sure he wasn't any happier than I was having to drive back to get his tools. So I gave him $100. Got the tow done. We got home at 2 a.m. I couldn't sleep because I was so pissed off. I think I got like 3 hours sleep, man. And then we went and did the murder, White Post the next
White
morning
Post.
and the murder mystery that night.
Right.
So I'm telling you right now, and we're losing that AAA sponsor that we had. Do not go with AAA. They suck. Earlier this year, I think it was February, I had a flat tire. My spare was not in good shape, so I couldn't use it. Would we wait 4 hours just to get a tow truck for, to change a tire? Remember, even that, they screwed up too.
Yeah, they sent some guy in like just a van.
Right.
Yeah, and he was like, "Oh, you need your tire changed? You should." And he's like, "You should go over to that place over there and get a tire." I'm like, "What are you doing?"
Well, plus we didn't. We didn't have a tire to change it to. That was the issue, right? And I told them that, and they they still sent a guy in a van.
I was like, I just go for the tow right away. Like first, like I was paid for the gold membership where I could tow a car to Oklahoma if I want to. It really isn't that much. Like, it's $300 for your toe. It's like, I don't know, $10 more for the gold. It's really not much at all. And I can go wherever I want. And then I immediately be like, oh, do you want someone to come out and fix something? I'm like, no, I want a tow truck. Like,
Yeah. After this, though, I'm not upgrading my membership so they get more money from me. No, I'm changing. I'm going to somebody else.
there's nobody else.
What do you mean there's nobody else?
Who else is there?
I don't know. You're telling me
You're gonna
AAA
go-
is the only tow truck service in the world?
What else is there?
I don't know, but I'll look it up and I'm sure I'll find
You're going to have to go a la carte for all your services. The only time that I didn't have AAA in my life was one time I forget. I think it was long ago. Maybe farmers insurance or something. They had a really good policy where they covered tows and car service, and it was something like even if I ran out of gas, they would drive and find me on the highway and fill my tank for free. Like, it was like crazy. And then other than that, I've just always had AAA. I didn't even know that you could do anything else.
I'm pretty sure there's other places.
And I don't even know how much it is a year, but for me, it's worth it. But
I'm finding somebody else. Wow.
what?
I didn't even see this. Felix has been watching.
Yeah.
So everybody's saying hi to Felix. Hope you're doing well, Felix. Thanks for checking in. He's not saying how he's doing. I believe he's still in rehab. Everybody's saying hi to Felix. I see the FBI putting you on the terrorist list. Oh, maybe she's talking to Felix. DJ keeps asking for the phones. Beansy's yelling at him. Yeah, we'll do it tomorrow or Thursday, DJ. Oh my goodness, Beansy, take it easy on DJ. Beansy says Wednesday my big day, 55 and going strong. So this Wednesday is your birthday? Is that what he's saying? There you go. Right, Elizabeth Batapede. I have State Farm insurance. They have the tow
State
benefits.
Farm.
Oh, okay. But that's insurance.
I think it was State Farm. Like, I was like, as I was signing up, it was kind of the same prices. It was long ago, so I don't know if the rates are a lot higher. I have like Allstate now.
Plajanos, 12:30. I hadn't left East Meadow at that point. Oh yeah, Andy, you got to tell us how the roast battle went. But what are you doing in East Meadow?
Yeah, maybe I'll go to State
after party.
because I think I'm going to change my insurance because of this whole accident thing. So maybe I'll go to State Farm and just
All right,
do
yeah,
that.
maybe
or
I'll
maybe
do that.
you should. Maybe
Yeah,
you
maybe
should go to State.
I've been thinking about changing my insurance. I'll have to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, Beansy says AAA sucks. The big one.
You know what? It's just like the last year or so that I've noticed AAA blowing.
Yeah.
I've always been really happy with them.
Yeah, Joan says it. Check with your insurance company. Some of them have towing. Joan also says, I've heard of that cash deal when you need a tow from the parkway. It's ridiculous. Yes, Elizabeth says if you're on the parkways, you have to use the tow company that the state uses.
Really? I didn't know that.
Oh, Felix says we should have called Two Eagles. We should have called Two Eagles Auto Body. Yeah, it was... so I got like 3 hours sleep that night, man. It was... Oh, man, was I mad. And then... So now I got to call AAA today and tell
Today's the day you're going to...
Send them the bill and say, you bastards are paying me my... I didn't get a receipt for the tip, but I'm still going to try to get $400. I at least want the 3 back. I'll eat the 1 if I have to. But, yeah, Beansy says State Farm is good down there in Florida. So, so that's that. That's my story about Friday night. That's my complaint of the day. That's Mad Tony right there.
Yeah.
Bastards.
Yeah, but that's a lot to complain about. That's awful.
Yeah. Yeah, that was something. How was the weekend at White Post Farms?
Very busy.
Yesterday,
really busy.
Yesterday was the busiest day we've ever had there since we've been working there.
That's how I feel,
This
too.
is our 4th year working there. Yesterday was the busiest day we've ever had.
Yeah.
Your kettle corn line was pretty far out
Into
there.
the pumpkin patch. At one point, I looked up, I'm like, oh, okay, I could do these handful of people. It was kind of like, remember the Christmas Story when Ralphie is just standing behind 2 or 3 people and he thinks he's going to see Santa, and then all of a sudden he realizes that the line is like around Macy's. So, and all of a sudden, so I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, it's just a handful of people because it's always crowds. And then all of a sudden I did one of these. I was like, and I looked like, because like, you know, here's the cart. And I like kind of like looked at this way where the line kind of goes. They formed their own like line. And it hit me that they were in the middle of the pumpkin patch. Like,
Well, all right, but nobody else knows what that even means. So to verify, what are we talking? 200 feet?
I don't know. It was good. Like
At least 100 feet, I would say.
like how many people were online? Like 30, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
That's it? I'm thinking more than that.
Well, all the time.
Oh, all the time. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I never stopped. I never stopped.
Right.
In fact, yesterday, the kettle corn machine is run by propane. Like it's this huge propane tank that's almost as tall as I am. And at 5:15, Kevin's got a good ear for it, and he was making like one of his last batches of kettle corn, and all of a sudden he said, "Hey, I get a feeling we're running out. I think we're running out." And then so I called on the radio. I'm like, "Hey, kettle corn, we're running out of propane." No one answered me. Like that's how busy everyone was. Normally like
Well, they're short-staffed this year, too.
yeah, normally there'd be like another propane tank on a golf cart, like being rushed out to me, and no one even answered me. So about 20 minutes later, Kevin did one more batch, and he goes, "I'm sure." And it was like around, like 5:15, 5:30. So I just got on the radio again with no one who was listening anyway, and just said, "Hey, Sallie from Kettle Corn, we're closing down. No propane. Good night."
Like you're doing a broadcast.
Yeah.
No propane. Good night.
And then we just closed up and left. And Kevin's fingers, because he did most of the wrapping, and my fingers are really tender. Kevin's fingers were bleeding.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good to know, as he's handling food.
As he's bleeding into kettle corn.
Yeah, the place was so mobbed. It's about, if you're familiar with Long Island, Route 110, which is a big main road, kind of like on almost the Nassau-Suffolk border. The farm is about maybe half a mile away from 110. The line to get into the farm was backed up all the way onto 110.
Yeah.
And then even the right lane.
Late in the day, too. Wasn't even like early in the day. It's late in the day when like, don't you want to like enjoy the whole day?
Well, yeah, true. It started getting crazy around 1 o'clock. And they close. Well, technically they close at what, 5? But they don't. They try to get everybody out. But they close the gate at around 5:30, and then they try to get everybody out around 6:30.
Yeah.
But it was so crazy that they stayed open an extra hour, I believe it was.
Yeah.
They have a magic show that goes on. During at the festival, they had the magician stay. Like they had him add a show, so he can perform. They asked me to stay for a while to keep going. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's why I went as late as I did.
Oh.
Thank God it was yesterday.
I didn't even know where you were until by the time I got out of there, you were already in your car.
Yeah.
Because we usually start cleaning up around 4, and we couldn't even start cleaning up until 5:30, so it was bad.
Yeah, you guys were already cleaning up. I didn't leave there until I didn't shut my stuff down until 6:10.
Yeah, I felt bad for Kevin because he had a whole bunch of homework.
Well, and Zach too had homework. Yeah, I felt bad for them because they got stuck. Zach, they all got stuck working late.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a nutty time there yesterday. But I'm just glad it was yesterday, not Saturday. If I had to tell this guy on Saturday, hey, look, no, I can't say I got to go, that would have pissed him off. And then Jeff brings up a good point. To cap off our Saturday, it started downpouring on us as we were loading our equipment back into the car after the murder mystery.
Yeah, and it rained.
I got soaked.
It rained yesterday too, as people were like trying to leave White Post.
Well, that was a good thing.
Yeah.
Because
sorry, it sounds really mean.
Because it stayed open an hour later, but again, when it was time to close, there were still a ton of people in there. Even security was like, "Holy shit, we're going to be here all night getting these people out of here."
Yeah.
Sure enough, it was like 6:15. Boom! It just started pouring, and all you saw, and Zach actually described, because he's at the gate where they exit.
Yeah.
He said he just looked out and just saw a swarm of people coming at him running.
Poor Zach. Like his weekend wasn't bad enough. Like all of a sudden, because if you're buying things, you pay for it on the way out, and that's what Zach does. So Zach has to charge people on the way out, and people just wanted, they're already, the kids are already standing in the rain with their registers, and like people are coming at Zach.
He actually said it was a funny sight. Did you see there's tons of people? But yeah, so that was that. So, but I had so on Saturday, Saturday afternoon, a local radio station here on Long Island, WBLI, showed up to do some promotion. And they play like current, top 40 stuff, old dance music, and
okay.
And that's what I posted on Facebook. You think White Post Farms, you think of a farm, you think of WBLI. Like they even told me when I started, because I play music where I am.
Yeah.
And they even said to me, all right, so make sure you play some country stuff, stuff that fits the farm. I'm like, okay.
I'm stuck with the Eagles.
Yeah, baby. I play a lot of different country rock, Allman Brothers, stuff that I kind of like, not too much of the country twang, and not too much. I hate current country, like Luke Bryan. He's a goober. I can't stand him. And those guys, like, I'm not a big fan. I play little Toby Keith. That's pretty much the most country I go. But I play a lot of Doobie Brothers, Allman Brothers,
people would consider
Eagles.
Sheryl Crow country.
Yeah, I play Sheryl Crow. Yeah, like there are a lot of rock bands that have some country type songs. I play some.
You
Neil
try
Young.
to get away with like a lot, like
Yeah,
Neil
I
Young's
stretch a
never
little bit.
been in the South, but you're like,
Oh, that's
I'm
not
gonna
true
play
at all.
Neil Young.
Neil Young has country albums. Absolutely.
Oh, okay,
does.
all right.
And then I
because
throw
he's
in
from Canada, isn't he?
Yeah.
Because I remember when you started, you're like, oh, try to play country, and all of a sudden Neil Young comes on. I'm like, wow, that's quite the stretch.
Play Harvest Moon. I'm not playing Rockin' in the Free World. I'm playing Harvest Moon.
It's great. I actually really like the music. I'm not complaining. I'm just like, laughing at your choice.
But I mix in some of the classics. I play Elvira by the Oak Ridge Boys. I play The Gambler by Kenny Rogers.
Yeah.
I play 9 to 5. I play On the Road Again. Crazy by Patsy Cline. So anyway, so here comes WBLI, and so they're setting up on my stage. So they tell me that morning, they're coming. You might have to share a mic with them depending on what they want to do. They basically have carte blanche. I'm like, all right. They set up on my stage. They put up speakers and they come to me. They go, okay, we're going to play, what's currently on our station right now. We're just going to put it on our speakers. I'm like, okay. I turn my music off. Now all of a sudden all you hear is dance music and rap. I'm like, all right, whatever. I don't care.
Well, people must have liked it.
Oh, I'm sure they did. I'm sure the kids liked it. But again, doesn't change my day, so I don't give a shit. So I'm just hanging out. They don't want to make any announcements, but their promotion was come to our table and play Jenga.
Okay.
And you could win a prize.
That's where you pull out the piece of wood.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you could win a prize depending on what you do. I think some of the blocks were marked, or if you played a full game and win, I don't know, whatever they were doing. So it's all fine and dandy, people playing the game. But the station is on. And once in a while the DJ says, head on over to White Post Farms. We got DJ, whatever. This guy's name was, I think his name was Psych. I'm not even sure. But it was something like that, and he was all right. He was one of those guys, like, he shows up at the last minute and makes sure everybody's in place, and, because he's the DJ. He's the personality.
Right.
And, the whole time he's like this, but then as soon as somebody walked up to play, hey!
Like the guys that walk in and they want to make sure their mic's checked, but they show up just in time for a show and then complain that their mic isn't exactly how they want it.
Exactly.
Those guys?
Exactly like that.
Oh, okay.
So, and he's not even looking at me, which is fine. I don't care. I have no idea who you are. I don't care who you are. You don't know who I am, and that's fine. But of course, then one of the helpers have to come to me. He's like, "You're gonna make."
Was he an elf?
Yes.
Oh.
So, it was a girl actually. She goes, "You're gonna make announcements, right? That we're here playing Jenga, right? Okay, fine. Come play Jenga. Everybody win a prize." And I started messing.
You did stuff like that.
And I started messing with them like I do it when Knockem Dead Comedy hosts fundraisers. We got the 50-50. It's up to $8 million. I did the same thing. It's like, oh, you can win a prize, $1 million. And I could see like the guys looking at me. Like, he's not funny. And so I changed it up every time I made an announcement. You can win a brand new car. And I said, we're on a farm, so you're going to win a horse. Like, I just came up with stupid shit.
You win a camel.
So like I said, they're playing on their speakers what's currently on the actual station. And I'm telling you, they were there for 2 hours. And an hour and a half of that was playing their station. I'm telling you, it had to be almost 10 times. when they went into commercial break, they had a commercial for Stu Leonard's, which is a food chain, where the whole commercial was about their farm fresh pumpkins. Come to Stu Leonard's and get these beautiful fresh pumpkins that you can only find at Stu Leonard's. And this commercial goes on for like 30 to 60 seconds.
Don't waste your time at places like White Post
Yeah, exactly.
Farm
You may as well have said
when
that.
you could have a better pumpkin.
The first time it came on, as soon as I realized what they were talking about, I just tried to get louder and make an announcement or something.
What
But
you
this
did?
commercial...
Whoa!
Yeah, I just went, no, we got the best pumpkins here at White Post Farms, and we got great entertainment. But this commercial was like, it was almost, I swear to God, I even thought to myself, is this a practical joke? This, in an hour and a half, I'm telling you, it had to be at least 10 times this commercial came on.
Yeah.
I was like, what in the world is happening here? So eventually I just gave up. And then eventually we had to take our lunch break while they were there. So this commercial played several times throughout the day at White Post Farms.
Great.
I thought that was the craziest thing. But, I mean, it didn't change my day, but
Yeah.
I thought it was nuts. Two things that happened this weekend at White Post Farms I forgot to tell you about.
Oh, okay. Well, you told me how your wife was there. Is that
Oh,
three
that's not
things?
even on my list.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
I was telling Zach about it. He's like, why have I not heard this story? I go, I don't know. He talks about it all the time.
Oh, is that right? He doesn't know about this?
Yeah.
Well, I never called her my wife, first off. I've never called her my wife. I have never called her my wife. If you guys remember, not last year when we were at the farm, but 2 years ago. I don't know if any of our...
It feels like it's like 3 years in a row or something, no?
Well,
last year she wasn't there?
She wasn't there last year. The first year was when it started. This is our fourth year working at White Post. The first year that I was there, this woman came to me, and because I do nothing but crowd work. That's all I do. That's all I do the whole time is crowd work, and I make announcements and stuff. This lady came up to me and she goes, "You're so funny. I love listening to you, and I forget what she said. You're
the cat's meow.
She said something like, I enjoy you so much. You're like my husband.
I want to have sex with you.
She never said anything like that, thank goodness. But she just called me her husband. Oh, that was it. She asked for a picture. That's what it was. Took a picture, and not with her kid, but with her. And then that's what it was. She's like, oh, I tell people this is my husband. And I went, what? That you could joke around and say certain things with people, but that's like almost over the line, unless you're in a bar flirting, trying to pick somebody up or something. But even then, it's like, oh, slow down, It was just a weird thing, and I was just like, oh, okay, ha, ha. And then sure enough, throughout the day, she's there, and she would pass by. There's my husband. Okay, lady. During that same year, she actually came back a second time. And there's my husband. I'm like, oh, my God.
Didn't she show you the picture of the two of you?
Yeah. Well, no. That was the next year.
Okay.
She came back. Hi, remember me? And she showed me the picture. I'm like, and of course, I didn't forget her because,
She's your White Post wife.
Oh, my God. But then I came in here, and we showed her picture on the screen. I'm like, that's my stalker. If I ever go missing, you guys, look for that woman. So last year for COVID, she wasn't there.
Oh, really?
No, and I remember saying to you, this is a good thing. My stalker's gone.
He didn't say the good thing part, but...
I definitely did. Sure enough, boom, yesterday. I didn't even see her coming. I'm just standing on the mic. I'm doing all I turn to my right. She's like, hi, remember me? I'm like, hey. She didn't say a word about being her husband. I'm like, oh, thank God. So I just said to her, I go, so we didn't see you last year. And in my head, I'm like, maybe they had you locked up? I was just like, I didn't see you last year. She goes, oh. But this time she wasn't like, hey, there's my husband. Or like she was calm. Like maybe she changed her meds. But she was just like, oh, you guys were open
Maybe
last
she had a bad year.
Well, no, she goes, you guys were open last year? I said, yeah, actually we were open. She goes, no, she goes, it was just, a crazy year. And I said, well, yeah. I said, you good? You healthy? Everybody's okay? She goes, oh, yeah. She goes, everybody did fine. She was just, happy to be alive. She goes, but it was definitely, a bad year for everybody. I said, yes, it was. I said, but nice. I'm happy to hear you're okay. She goes, yes, happy to hear you're okay too. It's good to see you. You too. And that was it. I'm like, oh,
So
thank
maybe
God.
she did change meds.
Oh, yeah, I was kind of kidding. And that I did. I immediately ran to you. I was like, there she is. You're like, who? I said, the one who calls me your husband. That's her right there. And I never saw her again after that. So, I don't know, maybe she had a fall and hit her head or something. Maybe, but she's back to normal. So I don't know. Maybe next year, who knows? Maybe she'll show up there naked. Who knows? I have no idea. But right now, she's normal, and I'm just happy about that. But yeah, I forgot about that story with the one I never call a wife. But what I was going to tell you about.
Oh.
These 4 girls come walking by.
How old?
Probably around our age somewhere, maybe a little younger. Not much younger. 4 of them, and they're walking together, like all next to each other, and they're walking. And it was crowded, so I'm trying to get through people. And so they're coming, and I kind of like, so I'm moving out of the way, of the one on their end. Like it was really weird. They were like attached. They were all next to each other. None of them moved like to get out of anybody's way. They just stayed next to each other. And were going almost like a
having
like
a
a
parade.
wall. No, but not behind each other like a parade. Like next to each other, like a barricade is coming at you. So I'm trying to get out of their way. So the one on the end, we kind of like I feel the back of her hand run across my ass. So I'm laughing at myself, and she goes, "Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry." I said, "Yeah, no problem." I give it a beat, and I look back, and sure enough, I see the 4 of them laughing. And
one of them said, "Go pat his ass."
Well,
or
no,
something?
no. She must have said to them, "Oh my God, my hand touched his ass as we were passing," and they're having a laugh about it. One of them looks back, makes eye contact, and I think she said to them, "Oh, he's looking." So the one that actually touched me, she looks back, and I go, "You touched my butt." And they just started cracking up. About 20 minutes later, they're now coming back.
Same chain? Same wall?
Yes, but
Speaking of butt.
they each have a guy with them.
Oh. So now there's 8 of them?
Yeah.
Walking in a...
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Which is just weird in itself.
Yeah.
But I waited till they got close enough. I moved out of the way in plenty of time. And I looked at the guy who was walking with the girl who touched me. And I go, "You might want to have a talk with her. She touched my butt." And sure, you see, he kind of did a little... Like, he didn't know what was going on.
You got her beaten up that night.
Oh, maybe she's... Oh, goodness. Now she's got a black eye because of me. Oh,
yeah. Thanks a lot, Obama.
And now my last story from White Post Farms. A girl comes up to me.
How old? I always have to say how old because, like,
Teenage.
girl is, like, 12
calm
usually,
down.
so...
I thought you were going to get all jealous.
No.
Teenager.
Okay.
She comes up to me and she looked right away. I'm like, "Oh, this girl looks familiar to me." She goes, "Excuse me." She goes, "Is the Rodeo Ricky show here?"
Oh.
I said, "No." I said, "The Rodeo Ricky show isn't here anymore." She goes, "Why?" I said, "I'm not really sure." I said, "I guess they just want to, it was here for a long time.
That's
Maybe."
where the corn is now.
And she actually said that. She goes, "Wasn't it right there?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "It got replaced with corn." I said, "Yeah, the roasted corn stand. That's where it is now."
Because the corn got replaced with kettle corn.
For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, Rodeo Ricky was the show that comedian Rich Walker had there for like 17, 18 years. Rich Walker, who's been in here in the studio many times, he's a great guy. He performs at the club. Great comedian, great guy. So, yeah, she actually says that. She goes, "He got replaced with corn?" I said, "Yeah, sorry. I don't know why." I said, "Maybe, the show was here for a long time. Maybe they just felt that, it's time to make a change. I'm not really sure." So she says again, she goes, "Oh, my God, I can't believe he got replaced with corn." I go, "Well, there's other great shows in the back."
Yeah, you don't know you don't know what's going on with any of those. You find out the way everyone does.
Oh, yeah, I have no say or
it's like
no...
you have like any
I'm not,
inside knowledge.
Yeah, I'm not in
stuff.
part of that. So she goes, so now she says, "You look familiar to me." I go, "You look familiar to me." She goes, "Do you know Rich Walker?" I said, "Yeah, Rodeo Ricky." I said, "Yeah, I know Rich." She goes, "Do you know my mom?" And that's when it hit me. I go, "Are you Carrie's daughter?"
Oh, okay.
Carrie Karavis' daughter. Carrie Karavis, who's also in here a lot.
We had her in here.
Well, that's the thing. Right. So
the brother, right?
Yeah. So I go, yeah. So I go, "You Carrie's daughter?" She goes, "Yeah, Carrie Karavis is my mom." I go, "Are you the singer?" She goes, "Yes." I'm like, holy shit. I mean.
Did you make her sing?
Grown up, makeup, like, I didn't realize.
She always looked, she's one of those, like, girls that, like, she, maybe because she's a little taller, but she carries herself a lot older. I remember when she was in here and finding out she was, like, 11 or 12. I thought she was, like, 15 then.
Well, that's the thing, right? That's when it hit me. I was like, holy shit, that's probably like 4 years ago that she was in here with Carrie. So, yeah, she's probably 16, 17. And, yeah, she was probably almost my height. I'm like, holy shit. Like, I couldn't believe it. So I said that. I said, please tell me you're still singing, because
Yeah.
I don't think she sang that day with us, right? We tried, but she wouldn't.
Like a little or...
Yeah, but through the years, Carrie has posted videos of this girl singing, and she's unbelievably
Yeah,
good.
like if you're that good of a singer, you
Holy
kind of have to
crap.
get over the fact that you're going to have to sing.
But
You know?
this didn't totally surprise me, being that it's Carrie's daughter. She doesn't sing anymore.
Wait.
She said, "Nah." She goes, "I gave that up. I wasn't really enjoying it." But what doesn't surprise me is that she has a new passion that doesn't allow her time to focus on singing.
Okay.
That passion is MMA.
No way,
I
really?
swear to God. I went and I was, MMA? She goes, "Oh, yeah, totally."
Like she beats people up?
Yeah.
Wow.
But that doesn't surprise me because Carrie kicks ass.
Yeah.
Like, I would never mess with Carrie. Like, Carrie's probably like half a step below you.
Has the girl done like karate and stuff like that?
Well,
Maybe
I'm
Carrie
assuming
had
she
her in
has.
all that stuff.
If she's MMA, I would think she would have.
Wow.
So yeah, you scare me more than anybody. Than Carrie's.
As
like,
I should.
Carrie's
I'm
like
okay
half a
with
step
that.
below. Yeah, so she's like, and I started to laugh. I'm like, really? MMA?
Like, you'd also wonder if she was just messing with you.
I said that to her at one point. She, you joking with me? No. She was MMA. I love it. I don't have time to sing. I just do MMA. I said, take this mic right now and sing for me.
Yeah.
She was, no, I don't have time. I focus on MMA. I said, right now? I said, I'm just asking you to sing right now. I need 30 seconds of your time to sing. There were a couple other people with her and like, yeah, sing anything. Sing Happy Birthday.
Yeah.
She wouldn't do it. She wouldn't do it. I was like, son of a bitch.
Really pretty voice.
Oh, beautiful voice.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, amazing voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, she wouldn't do it. So, yeah, but it was cool, you know.
Well, was Carrie there too?
No.
Because
Oh,
she's
if
not
Carrie
old
was there, I
enough
would
to
have sent her. I
drive.
would have sent her your way. What?
Because she's not old enough to drive. How'd she get there?
Well, I said she was there with other people.
Oh, all right.
I don't know who these guys were, but
The people she beat up that day said, "Take me to the farm.
yeah, maybe that. Yeah, take me to the farm. I'll kick your
Or I'll
ass.
kick your ass again."
We have one more weekend left at the farm. Thank goodness. We are so freaking tired. We work hard, man. Well, everybody works hard there.
Yeah, it's really hard work.
It's fun. It's a cool place to work, but you do have to work hard, and you're drained, man. And you know, because it's every weekend for your whole day.
Yeah.
It really it really throws off your schedule for those 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And you don't have time to catch up on things on weekends, or even just relax on a weekend. So it's because everybody has a full-time job during the week, and then they work there for the extra cash. Man, we're wiped. Thank God it's the last weekend this weekend.
Freaking lot.
Yep.
It's a lot.
And they're good to us, and they treat us well, so we don't mind doing it. But it's just a lot for the 6 weeks that we do it. So
Yeah.
we're looking forward to being done this weekend.
Yes.
So there you go.
And I already looked. The weather looks nice, so we're not off the hook. Which I don't want to be off the hook because you get paid, and it's always nice to.
Last weekend, we'll get.
I don't ever want a day off from it, but
Right.
when it's done, and yay.
All right, let me just read some comments and then we'll get out of here. Let's see. Felix says he has lost 220 pounds so far. Well, I added the so far. I don't know if you're stopping at 220.
That's you. Like, he lost you. Right?
That's more than me.
Yeah.
I'm actually only, well, who knows? At the farm, I probably have gained weight.
30 pounds. You and a heavy dog.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Elizabeth is asking how Joe's wife is. Wife is doing great, says Joe. Nothing happened, right? We're just talking about the,
I don't know.
the upcoming bundle of joy. I hope. All right. Felix says I should play Chesney. What's his first name? Ken Chesney? Blake? No. Whatever. I know who you're talking about. Joan Asher likes Blake Shelton, Brooks and Dunn.
Oh, I like Brooks and Dunn.
Yeah, I'm not big on that stuff. Elizabeth Batterpede says Thomas Rhett, Keith Urban, Carrie Underwood. I play one Keith Urban song.
I like Keith Urban. He's Australian, right?
Yes, he is. Posey says he's going to take a picture with me and call me his husband. Blajano says, yeah, maybe the woman's cured now. Peensy says, be careful. This woman's going to want alimony from me. Elizabeth says she will take a picture with Sallie And when I want a guy to leave me alone, I will show the picture and say, I switched teams.
Who's this?
Elizabeth says that.
Nice.
That happened to me yesterday, too. I told you that. This girl comes up to me to ask me a question. I don't remember what the question was, but she was probably in her 40s. Decent-looking woman, but just a bubbly personality, like friendly, and she was having fun. I don't know, maybe she was drinking for all I know, but she was definitely in a chipper mood, borderline flirty, but more silly. And that's me, too. That's my personality. So she was asking me whatever the question was, and I answered her like in a silly way, too. And she looked at me and she goes, oh, thank you, like that. So I imitated. I go, oh, you're welcome. I didn't even see this woman coming. Sure enough, out of nowhere, this woman comes over, gives me this face, puts her arm around the woman, and they walk off. It was totally, like, get away from my woman. This is my property type look. And I'm like, lady, I wasn't, calm down.
You have enough wives at the...
That's right. I have enough wives at the
White
farm.
Post.
That's right. And now I just added Bosie. Molly says, Tony, it has been a long 10 minutes still waiting for you to call back. Oh, son of a bitch.
What?
Sorry. I was on the phone with Molly last week, and I said, I need to call you back. Give me 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah, that's never gonna...
Sorry.
Yeah, don't feel bad. He's got a really short attention span with that.
We're just so freaking busy.
I know. Like it's so funny. Like Helen texted me asking how are you guys, and all I could write back was, I love you. I'm too tired and busy to say anything more. ... And that was heartfelt. I wasn't trying to make her laugh. Like
Molly, I will call you back tomorrow or Wednesday. Promise.
And don't feel bad when he doesn't.
I will.
It's just really November. November's like...
And Beansy's now going crazy again. He's dying to know who Molly is.
Sometimes you can't know everything. It's just
Right.
one of those things. Like you have to have peace with not knowing some things. It's good.
Let's see. Beansy's now offering $20 to the person who tells him who Molly is.
I actually thought I was going to get picked up by a woman the other day, but it ended up being just someone who knew me.
What do you mean?
When we were doing the Bosie show, I'm like, and I know.
Yes, sorry to interrupt. Beansy, yes. Your last comment, yes, I know. I saw.
I never get picked up by men, just by women, like throughout my life.
You never what?
I never get picked up by men, just women.
I know, that's wonderful.
It's like it happens all the time. So like I'm getting equipment already and pulling things, and this we're at this ambulance place, right? That's where the show was. It was at this,
Oh, yeah, on Saturday, yeah.
Yeah, which I love. I love doing shows for like the fire
The fire departments are wild
and
shows. We love them.
ambulance people. They're just great and amazing people, and they love to have fun and big belly laughs, and it's like the best shows.
Big belly laughs.
So I'm like, and I see this one woman walking by a few times, and she kept like looking at me, and I'm thinking, I'm gonna get picked up again.
Yeah, baby.
And she walked up, and she's like, "Do you know Steve from Steve Squared? I'm Emily." I'm like, oh, because I never met her.
Emily,
she's like,
when he does Zoom, she's like his Zoom co-host.
yeah. So it was nice. It was really nice.
Yeah, what a small world, right?
Yeah. She goes, I was coming to because I guess I don't know.
She had she's a part of the.
I guess she's
fire
an
department.
EMT or something.
Yeah.
But she's an actress. But she's also like an EMT.
Oh, she's an actress too.
Yeah. So
I
she
didn't know
works
that.
with. That's how she knows Steve. She works with those, the shows and stuff that he
Oh.
does sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah. So I was like relieved I wasn't getting picked up again, but also really happy to meet her. Yeah.
She looked different to me.
Well, because her hair was all pulled back in
yeah, but
EMT
still, I'm good
style.
with faces. Like I'm usually pretty good at, I know that person. Oh, this one's from that.
Yeah, but you never met her.
Yeah, but I've seen her on Steve Squared.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just surprised. Beansy just says he thinks he figured out who Molly is. All right, well, we're going to sign off, Beansy, so send me a private message, and I won't tell you anyway. Right, because you got to go, right?
Yeah.
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 All right.
I have a handful of things I have to.
It is
do.
Monday. So what do we got tonight?
Actually, if you don't go on too long, I could actually help you close.
Okay. So Steve Squared is on tonight, speaking of which. And tonight's The Wort, right?
Yes.
All right. Steve Squared at 6:30, The Wort at 8 p.m. And then Sallie and I are back here tomorrow for Tuesday Trivia, right? You are back here tomorrow for Tuesday
Dun,
Trivia?
dun, dun. I actually did them already.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah.
Tuesday Trivia tomorrow at 11 a.m. Everybody have a great day. We'll see you guys tomorrow. See ya.